Mary is warning us. She's continuing to warn us. She's saying, you all don't know what is right around the corner. There's so much suffering. And as she goes on in all of these messages, she actually shares more about it. And it's pretty sobering.
Wow.
That's why we really need to heed. Those of us, we need to be heeding, because this is why the bishops and the Holy Father probably haven't been doing it, because in other parts of the messages, she says, we have not responded. The faithful have not responded to her request. So it's like the faithful can't just be saying, oh, I can't believe they're not doing it. When, the question is, have we been praying at least one rosary a day? Have we consecrated our lives to Mary? And do we strive to live it every day? And do we strive to live wholeheartedly the sacramental life, our baptismal vows? So the question is, have we done our part? Because this is all part of the Fatima message as well. It's not just the consecration to Russia by the Pope, which would probably have happened right away if all of the faithful had been responding to Mary's request, to the 5 first Saturdays and to the Rosary and consecration. In 1984, on the Solemnity of the Annunciation, Mary is saying this.
I ask the consecration of all. Yes, I myself manifested my wish at Fatima when I appeared in 1917. I have asked it many times of my daughter, Sister Lucy, who is still on earth, for the accomplishment of this mission I have entrusted to her. During these years, I have insistently requested it through the message entrusted to my sacerdotal movement. Today I renew my request that all be consecrated to my Immaculate Heart.
And I remind us at Fatima, a key mission of Fatima was to promote consecration to Mary's Immaculate Heart. Not just Russia, not just the whole world, but us personally, everybody.
Everyone. Before all, I ask it of Pope John Paul II, the first of my beloved sons, who on the occasion of this feast performed the consecration in a solemn manner, after writing to the bishops of the world and inviting them to do so in union with him.
So she goes on.
Unfortunately, the invitation was not welcomed by all the bishops. Particular circumstances have not yet permitted the explicit consecration of Russia, which I have requested many times. As I have already told you, this consecration will be made to me when the bloody events are well on the way to actuality. I bless this courageous act of my Pope John Paul II, in his wish to entrust the world and all the nations to my Immaculate Heart. I receive it with love and gratitude, and because of it, I promise to intervene to shorten greatly the hours of the purification and to lessen the gravity of the trial. But I ask this consecration also from all the bishops. Please, any bishops that is listening right now, or any priest, encourage your brother priest and bishops to make a consecration to the Immaculate Heart of Mary.
Of the diocese or the parish.
Yes.
From all religious to consecrate yourselves and your communities. And from all the faithful to consecrate yourselves and your families.
This is the hour in which the whole Church must assemble in the secure refuge of my Immaculate Heart. Wow.
So we can't go without acknowledging Mary's very positive words about Pope John Paul II, because he is getting so much flack from so many people right now, as though he's the only pope that didn't do it. when in fact our mother is saying she received it because he did his part. He tried his best, but all of the bishops weren't there in line. And even Sister Lucia said that she received
that Mary
it.
received
She
it.
received
Right.
it from him. It doesn't mean that it was the fullness of what it ultimately needs to be.
Right.
But on his part,
right, because he really wanted to,
she
but
was
he
grateful.
was receiving a lot of flack from other hierarchy. And,
This is another message that Mary talks about Russia, and it's entitled, I am coming down from heaven. And Mary gave this in Fatima.
May 13th.
Father Gobi was in Fatima. May 13th, 1990, anniversary of the first apparition of Fatima.
Russia has not been consecrated to me by the Pope together with all the bishops. And thus she has not received the grace of conversion and has spread her errors throughout all parts of the world, provoking wars, violence, bloody revolutions, and persecutions of the Church and of the Holy Father. Satan has been the uncontested dominator of the events of this century of yours, bringing all humanity to the rejection of God and of his law of love, spreading far and wide division and hatred, immorality and wickedness, and legitimating everywhere divorce, abortion, obscenity, homosexuality, and recourse to any and all means of obstructing life.
Wow. I would even want to say,
wow,
if Russia had been consecrated way back when, we probably wouldn't have had so many of the wars that we've had, or all the sexual scandal in the church, the pedophilia, and everything that has happened. Because the evil one has had very key entrance into the church. It's the battle between the woman and the dragon.
Yes, the Jezebel spirit has entered.
Yes, and so many spirits that are not of God, of vice, and so Mary is saying, if you would really invite me to be truly the mother and consecrate all to me, there is enmity between the woman and the serpent.
Right.
And she would crush his head and get him out of the church. If the church would say, Mother, yes, we are your children. So let us do that, brothers and sisters, in our little roles, all of us, in different ways. Everything counts, and everything is so important for each one of us, those of us, to try to live every day your consecration, Mary, and let yourself be so docile in Mary's hands so that she can guide you in God's holy will and use you as an instrument today to bring the presence of God, the love of God, Mary's fragrance, God's light to all those you meet, God's peace to all those you meet, because we can live in the victory still, and we can be the buds of the new springtime, even if all hell is breaking loose around us.
And prayer can change things. People need to know this now.
Prayer
the time
can still change
to pray like never before.
Right.
You know?
So, okay, that's it. All right, so that was the last one. So anyway, we wanted to share these with you, and we encourage you to just take it into prayer, and encourage you not to become anxious or confused if there's so many opinions out there. We're not even sharing this in order to really debate others.
No,
because
not at all.
We don't want to get distracted. I mean, the bottom line is, let's live our consecration to Mary, and let's try to live wholeheartedly her message of praying the rosary, of penance, fasting, of living holy lives.
And we need to
Scripture.
stop, as Catholics, we need to stop the blame game, because there's too much of that going on right now.
And saying
blaming this
who's
person,
right
blaming
and who's
that,
wrong, and this or that. And again, we don't pretend to have the authority on any of this, only to say, we do so much appreciate how our mother is guiding us in these times. So we love you all.
Yes.
And God bless you. And we are certainly going to be tuning in on March 25th with the consecration to Russia and Ukraine of our Holy Father. And we're going to be renewing our consecrations. We encourage you to as well. We pray and hope that all bishops and priests
you to make your consecrations to Our Lady.
Yes.
Yes.
God bless you
God
all.
bless you
we
all.
love you.
Mary loves you.